Hello everybody, welcome to another painting. It's not really a tutorial, is it? I'm just slapping paint on shit at this point. Yeah, it's another video, I guess. Well, that was a cracking start. Anyway, yep, we're just going over another Rubric Marine. I refuse to paint anything the same colour. So we're going for a Sigvald Burgundy to get all the purple. As always, I'm going to be doing the trim with Brass Scorpion and Doomfire Magenta for the pinky bits. And then my funky little non-metallic with true metallics with a Iron Warriors to Lead Belcher to Iron Breaker combination. Well, that's all the paints out of the way in the first minute-ish. So if you're looking for the exact paints, they're easy. So yeah, that's the painting stuff done. I can get into what I actually wanted to talk about. I don't know if I talked about it in my last video, but I recently went to Salute and entered the painting competition in there. I don't know what I was expecting. I thought it would be a little bit smaller, in of that people would be more my level. And let me tell you, it was very much not the case. They were streets ahead of me. I mean, even including the people that I went up there with. I mate Matt, Upgrade Gamer on Instagram, and Squeak. We spent a hot minute looking around the cabinets, and good God, they were just obscenely good. Like, never seen anything before like that, with the exception of Warhammer World, I guess. But my God damn, some of them, like, I didn't realise that Darren Latham would be there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was a bit of a eye opener. So, yeah, it was a bit of a shock to the system. I'm going to be honest, but you know what? It is what it is, and even though I didn't come away with anything, I still came away with some ideas for how to do things going forward, including doing more stuff like you're seeing now, with a little bit of a tickle up hand here and there. Yeah, just going through, paying more attention to the finer details, and also working on smaller scale projects. So I've got a load of epic size Warhammer, including a Titan that I might paint up on the channel, maybe, if I can be bothered. I've got a list as long as my fucking arm to do on the channel. So, you know, maybe not. Maybe not, you know, in the next month or so, but, you know, meh. Yeah, so found a load of other alternate model companies while I was up there. Mantic Games being an example, and Moonstone Games. I found a company that It's just one guy and his friend running this company called Cataphract Games, and they were giving out this model of a goblin riding on a snail with like a spear and a banner, and I was like, that's fucking awesome. So I'm going to do that at some point. Yeah, I've got far too many ideas for projects for this, but at the minute I'm enjoying the process. So yeah, equally I'm looking at getting into using my wet palette more. I need to get better at blending. That's one thing that I definitely need to look at, because I was looking at the cabinet at Salute and going, holy fucking Jesus, there is no way that I could do what they do like now, because I go from the pot. I'm very much a relying on having the color in the between the mid-tone and the highlight, which is fine, but costly, especially where you can literally just decant paint into a dropper bottle and then just go, oh yeah, I'm just going to chuck this on a tile or some shit like that. Yeah, some people live like that. You know, I've used silicone like fidget popper things for dry palettes for a hot minute. They're all right, but I find I need to use either like a little scoopy palette knife for the paint to put it into the dry palette, or ruin a brush by doing that. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that second one, to be honest, but it is what it is. But yeah, since I don't paint to play, I basically refuse to paint any of these models the exact same color. So so yeah, it's just painting them the most interesting way I possibly can, testing out different paint styles, all of that type of shit. So yeah, just enjoying the time, you know, enjoying the process. And going from there. But yeah, so, you know, I've got a few projects lined up. Predominantly, I think what I might do is I might do a before and after of one of the models that I built and painted in like 2021, I think, some shit like that. It was a while ago. It was a Death Guard troop. No, actually, it wasn't a Death Guard troop. It was a one of the four Age of Sigmar Nurgle fellas, looking all disgusting. So I've got one of them. I bought it before Christmas, and I want to give that another go over, just to see how far I've come. Really, I think that might be fun. I've got some Blight Kings, Putrid Blight Kings. I've got a bunch of the Mantic games, zombie warrior equivalents. So I might do a sort of 11, 12 zombie sort of painting scheme video, just like speed paint through the entire lot and then see how they look at the end and where I can touch up at the end. I think that might be fun. In terms of projects, I think that would be a good idea. Yeah, that would be a fun idea, I think. And I think maybe doing the body of my Helldrake, purely because there was a bloke in the comments of one of my videos saying, "Oh, if you liked Chaos Space Marine trim, buy a Helldrake." And I've gone, yes, I still have one to do. Please don't remind me. Yeah, it's Space Marine trim is just it's so fucking tedious. Like, I remember why I don't like painting rubrics. This is my third, fourth time painting a model like that. And yeah, it was a fun process, but it did drag on a tad. It was a bit too much for me, like for my liking. But that's why I'm doing I'll just paint them all weird colours, because otherwise I'll lose my fucking sanity. I am going to do a video on the flamethrower version, and I'm going to do a video on the aspiring sorcerer. So it's a standard rubric box, and then just go from there, really. But yeah, I do have a little favour to ask of you guys. So I have a diorama in mind for some of the epic scale Space Marines and Dreadnoughts and Solar Auxilia and all of that kind of shit. What kind of Space Marines would you want to see? Like, what colour? So give me a main colour and a trim colour in the comments. I've already got one planned. It's my old Halo Reach armour theme, where it was the main colour was white, the trim was red. It's very white scars, but not not as weird as that. No fancy decals, just straightforward white and red. I think there was a little bit of blue in there as well, purely to just spice things up. Yeah, so I might do that for, one or two of them. But these epic Space Marines, their entire body is about the size of this Rubric Marine's head. In fact, they're smaller. So I probably won't do videos on them. I might just do the Titans, maybe the tank that I've got, because it's big enough. I've also got some Novus Malum models from Enviro Games. They're a bunch of lovely blokes on Instagram. That's where I've had a majority of the exposure to their brand and spoken to them a couple of times. So I've got the heroes from their core set, so that'll be fun to paint up. And then just see how things turn out. They are fantastic models, like really detailed, really, really good. And they're kind of faffy to put together, but nothing too bad. Yeah, it's not like I've had a worse time putting models together, like Triarch Praetorians, for example. Yeah, let's not go there. That was a fucking nightmare, I'll be honest. Yeah, not a whole lot of fun. Speaking of not a whole lot of fun, the custodies, the custodies thing is still raging on. I don't know why. Like, do these people not get tired of being angry? Like, I would. I think I was upset at they've always been like this tweet. I was annoyed with that because it's kind of like dismissive of like potentially creating a really good novel out of that, and making the chain or the retcon like good lore wise. Like, I'd have listened to that audiobook. Like, I listen to Warhammer audiobooks in my car when I'm driving to work, and currently at my desk doing my work, and occasionally when I paint. Like, they're just good fun. Audiobooks are great, but like, why not just do a little novella, short story? It's not rocket science. Just it's a what, like, you can get that prepped in like 3 months, maybe. Like, for a big company like GW, yeah, 3 months, not too bad. You can do that. Like, there is no reason to be just putting that out there on the Twitter. Like, what's the point? Because you're just gonna piss more people off. And yeah, people should really work on not being angry when toy company does something that they don't want them to, because realistically, who the fuck cares? Like, just don't engage with it. I've said it before, like, like, it's kind of proving me right in the sense that, why are you angry? Like, enjoy the hobby. Yeah, fantastic, fine. Let other people enjoy the hobby. Fantastic, fine. Preaching to other people about what they should be enjoying, and then being like, oh, you can't do this because of X, Y, and Z. It's like the whole thing that I've seen people say that Space Marines can only be chapter colours. And it just hurts my fucking head, dude. Like, one of my friends bumped into a guy like that, and and I believe his exact words to that bloke were, "I don't fucking care. I'm painting them in my way." And then the bloke continued to talk at him, and then my friend, I think, told him to fuck off. Which, real healthy workplace, but yeah, entertaining to say the least. Like, it's, I don't understand it, man. Like, I don't know whether it's just because I've found my little hobbit hole of the hobby where I just talk shit to people. Like, anybody that's had a conversation with me on Instagram can attest to. I don't tend to like talking about just painting. I tend to like the conversation weaves in and out, and that's how conversations should fucking be. You know, keep it moving, keep it going, all of that good shit. But yeah, fucking hell. There's too many people just going, actually. It's like, please just stop. Please just fucking stop. Like, there's got to be a point where that is not fun. Because that means you're just angry about the tiniest little things. And it's just like, come on, man. There are better ways to spend your life. You know? So yeah, that's why I like painting everything. Ridiculous colours, you know. Hence why I'm putting pink on this guy. Because I just don't care. You know? And there might be something in the codexes, or codices, sorry, about pink Thousand Suns. But not really interested. I have a codex from like 5th, maybe 6th edition. Might be as late as 7th actually, but I have the little top up one from that long ago. It was quite fun to read. No fucking good for the rules, but you can get some good ideas for paint jobs from them. And they're always cheap. So, you know, I don't like spending a bomb on this hobby, so, you know, cheap is good. I think that's the main thing, is like trying to keep it sustainable is a hard thing to do. So, especially financially, because GW prices are extortionate. Even if you find a retailer that does 20% MSRP, like I've been quite lucky that there's been a few around me, but Jesus Christ, even then, like, and I'm one of the awful people that'll be like, oh, I'm feeling kind of depressed today. I'm going to go buy some, and then just wander around to the game shop and buy a box or something. So, yeah, I've got that to work on, but, you know, we move. You know, maybe I should be like, I'm depressed. I need to paint stuff. I think that'll that'll help clear down my backlog a little bit. But then I think that's a whole different problem, where like my self moderation is not great, and I think it's, for me, it's the whole package for Warhammer. It's the whole, you buy it, you build it, you paint it, and you take your time on it. And I like restarting that process a lot, hence having bought a lot. I think that speaks to a lot of, like, I think that's a dangerous thing in the hobby, because you can just spend and spend and spend and spend and spend, and then not get any better or any more enjoyment out of it, because then you feel like you're working through it, which, I mean, you are, but it feels more like a slog as opposed to actual fun. Which, especially if you do this hobby for mental well-being reasons, that's never going to end well. Like, no, never going to end well. Which realistically everybody does at the end of the day. We all do this shit because it's fun, because we want to do it. Like, there's no fucking point otherwise. Yeah, like, that's what hobbies are all about anyway. Like, just doing it for fun. Like, if it's not fun, why the fuck are you there? You know what I mean? Like, I was having a conversation with a friend about when I was younger. I used to play football. I was like under eights on a team, and met a couple of really, really good friends there. And they were going to, because I was more interested in, video games and playing Lego Star Wars on the Wii. They were going to drop me and put me on the bench for like 5 minutes, or for the last 5 minutes of the game, they put me on. And my dad was like, he's not going to enjoy that. Like, he wants to play football, not sit there. Why the fuck is he doing it? He gave me the option, obviously, but yeah, it was quite entertaining to remember that and be like, oh yeah, that's where I learned that. So if you, why bother doing something in a hobby if you're not enjoying the process? Like, there's some people that don't like painting. That's fair enough. They enjoy playing, or they enjoy building and putting absolutely cursed ideas into reality, and that's fine. You do you. You know, um, there's nothing stopping you. I ain't gonna. Like, yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about people being quite tribal about their enjoyment factor. And I said it last time, we're human. It's innate, but it's not helped by, you know, factions and people playing silly buggers around the factions. Definitely not helped by um, people thinking, oh, you paint that way. You know, yeah, people are fucking odd. This is why I enjoy the painting aspect, because it's just me. like it's just me on my own. I can do my own thing. People aren't gonna be like, well, why are you doing that? So I tell you what, doing that gun with these metallics, not fun. Like, so not fun. And like I was just saying, if you're not enjoying it, why do it? I pull out a bigger brush in a second. In fact, I actually move away to do something completely different because I don't want to do the gun, which gives me just enough time to bring out a bigger brush, I think. Although, fortunately, I have been better at framing the shot this time. So, you can actually see the brush strokes that I put on the model. I consider that an absolute win. So, well done me, I guess. I say that just as I move the fucking model out of the way. God damn it. By the way, I've put all of these video clips in as 2.5 speed. So this project would have taken me about... Sorry, I'm trying to do maths. It's not coming. About an hour and a half. Something like that. Maybe. Nearer to. Some amount of time. But I think that was predominantly because of the gun. Like, Jesus Christ. Especially it didn't help that I went through and did my non-metallic metal weird fuck about thing that I probably should find a name for. Like, it's using non-metallic metal, like, ideas with true metallic paints. So you end up with more of a directed reflection, which is pretty cool. It's a nice effect to have. The only downside is it takes a while to do, which is a bit of a bugger. But, you know, I'm going to build up to doing actually using non-metallics. Not in every work, but when I can be bothered with it. But yeah, for now, this technique will do. This bit was a little bit more fiddly than I was expecting it to be. Using the Abaddon Black to do the hoses on the side of the face, side of the backpack, and then on the eyes as well. I always thought the black eyes was pretty cool. You know, it's just a spot of fun. And then I decided to go for pink for the fleshy looking arms for the backpack as well. Just a little bit messy, fast and messy, you know. You love it. Gets the job done. I think on the next Thousand Sun, I might use just normal acrylics as opposed to using contrasts. Purely because I do tend to rely on them a little bit when I'm trying to get a video done, or just in general, to be fair. Like, I do need to work on highlights, as well as blending. So that's definitely something I need to do on the next one. I can do that fairly easily, I feel. Well, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't look shit. But I'm gonna do something in between A Thousand Suns to spice things up a little bit. Teaser of which is going to be at the end of the video. So, yeah, it'll be good to see what other people think about it as well. Bear in mind that that is how I found it. I bought, I'm going to spoil it a little bit. I bought Mortarion off of eBay, the Demon Primarch video. No video, what the fuck am I on about, man? The Demon Primarch model. Wasn't going to paint it up for a video, but it came with a couple of little nurglings. I'm like, oh yeah, you already know. I'm gonna paint them. Gonna paint them the fuck up. So yeah, I've got them. Turns out the bloke that was doing that model before primed the sprues, which I don't normally agree with. I think it's a bit of a silly move, to be honest. I used that technique for my epic size Space Marines because there's a ton of them on a sprue, and I couldn't be fucked to snip all of them off and then spray paint them all because like base coats, because that's a fucking nightmare. And I'm not doing it. Yep, we're just going and touching up the things that we missed, which are a fair few things. But yeah, you'll have to see it. Well, that's why we do the final checks, just to make sure everything's covered. And we're not going to make a tit of ourselves when we share this on the internet. You know? So yeah, this is the way I do my metallic highlights. So I've just got that model still as I can get it from the light source. It's a little bit skewed because my camera doesn't point the same way that my light does. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but I try and keep it as steady as possible, and then just follow the reflections off of the metallic metal, and then just go from there. Really, it's fairly straightforward shit. Usually I go up to Runefang Steel. I just couldn't find the pot, so I figured Ironbreaker would work just as well. And then we're just going. This was another thing that I thought of. Going over with Balthazar Gold, some of the more shaded, recessed areas of the brass, just to tone it down a little bit. Yeah, it seems to have worked. It's quite subtle, so I didn't really notice that any had gone on. In fact, now I'm thinking about it, I'm not even convinced any went on in the first place. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I think the process kind of works with every metallic. So yeah, I've seen this done before, and they made it look really easy and really, really good. Probably better than I'm doing right now. And we're going to top it all off with some iron crust, Martian iron crust, which I'm going to give a wash over with Recon Fleshhead. Nothing too fancy on the base, just clump it on there, let it crack, let it go and do its thing overnight, and then come back in the next day with some wash. Yep, just nice big clumps. Really slap that shit on. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Check it all now. Ties into the colour schemes quite nicely and doesn't overpower it. Not necessarily. Certainly not after the wash. Which just brings everything in, tones it down. Which is all I could ever ask for it. Only using a little bit from the pot each time, purely because I don't want to overpower the base. You can always Google it and find it where people dump a gallon of wash on their fucking model and expect it to look good. Some cases, yes. Others, debatable. There's no fix-all for a bad paint job, apart from high concentrations of alcohol to strip the fucker. But a finished model is a lesson learned. And you only get better by doing models. Otherwise, you're just gonna stay at the same level. Half finish a project and then go, oh, how do I do X, Y, or Z? And it's just like, why? Like, come on. Just finish a model. Look at what you did, what you didn't do, and what you need to do better next time. Or what you want to try next time. And that could come from anybody. That could come from your favorite YouTuber. It could come from your friend. Get them to pick a paint job and then do it the best that you can. Do some dumb shit like that. Yeah. Well, having rimmed the model like a dirty little bastard, it's all nice and finished. Those photographs are a little bit dark for my liking, but you can find more pictures on my Instagram, Mini Painting by Jack, and I might be posting in the next couple of weeks with another little project, as you can see there. But yeah, thank you for watching, and bye bye.